and Sharia law. And so they've created this much of the breeding ground from which the terrorists have sprung, and particularly that's the case right now with ISIS. And the Qataris, they told me on my first visit there, said, "We're Wahhabis too." Oh, I know,
Yeah.
I know. Believe me, and everybody understands that.
We have ample evidence of that
today.
at this point.
So that's a problem that's going to be with us for a long time as Islam struggles to accommodate, modernize, and figure out what to do. And it does promote this concept of jihad and sacrifice and martyrdom. So the second is cybersecurity. I mean, we built it. And Jan Lowell and I used to compare our cell phones and say whose was better, and when we didn't even really have Netscape done in the mid-1990s. And yet, you look at it today, and in 1994, the vice chairman of the Joint Chiefs called me down through the secretary. He says, "You have to go to Admiral Owen's office right now." So I drop everything, I run down to Bill Owen's office, shut the door, Wes, and there's a guy in there with a handcuff on his suitcase, and he opens it up, and this is really, really, really secret. But we could destroy a country's electricity grid. Yes, without dropping a bomb. No kidding, no kidding. We called this, I mean, first of all, we compartmentalized it, and nobody could talk about it, but it was called information warfare. And then, we thought we were really ahead of this, and in 1999, 2 Chinese colonels published something called unrestricted warfare, and they're not only talking about electricity grids, they're talking about the whole thing: banking, railroads, airlines, sewage, water, and electric power. They could completely disable a country. And we are the ones most vulnerable to it. And we've had real difficulty coming to grips with this because, as you said, people don't want to admit it. Number 2, it costs money. Number 3, it's international. And number 4, there's something about cyber reconnaissance that nobody really wants to talk about. But, cyber warfare is not just when they hit J.P. Morgan. We're doing it all of the time. So is everybody else, because you can't, hate to say this, you can't wait till the next war to discover what the enemy's cyber vulnerabilities are, what his nodes are. So I mean, in our own government, if you say, we need to absolutely, bang, put a firewall in, stop this, make it an international treaty, somebody's going to say, well, Mr. President, to be honest with you, this would really be very difficult in the terms of national intelligence, and you would be sacrificing. I said, oh, God, I mean, what am I going to do? So we've stalled on this.